Have you guys ever wondered how we arrive at the transfer portal? There's a story by Coach Tyler Siskey that's kind of should we say a cautionary tale of what life was like pre-transfer portal. Also, we're going to talk some quarterback tier rankings, and I'm telling you, Nino's about to be on one. This is a parental advisory. Viewer discretion is advised because I'm telling you now, Nino's about to go in. Also, ESPN FPI top 25. You know, Nino's going to rip at the shed as well. Only your Overreaction Monday. Yes, sir. Today I am the governor of college football. Yes, sir. The mayor of college football, a.k.a. Downtown Nino Brown. Yes, sir. Welcome to another marvelous episode of Overreaction Monday. I am the governor of college football. And with me is a guy that needs no introduction, the mayor of college football, Downtown Nino Brown. Nino, I heard a wonderful story. I shared it with, actually, to be completely honest with you, D. Now I didn't know you were back and you were, like you never left. So D. Now informed me, oh no, Nino's doing the show. Like, let's get it. Let's get it. I heard a wonderful story from a coach, Tyler Siskey, very popular in the Alabama area. Overall, had a really good team down in the Alabama area. And it was like a cautionary tale. He's a wide receiver. He's a coach recruiting coordinator at South Alabama. He told this beautiful yet serious story about his time at Auburn before transferring to Troy. Tommy Tuberville, he's a senator now, but he's kind of known as a slime ball head coach. Let's just say it. And he released him in the most slimiest way, grimiest way possible. Coach called him into his office and told him that he signed 6 wide receivers and that Tyler's services were no longer needed. Tyler then transferred to Troy, but had to wait to transfer because one school's semester was on semester while the other school was on quarters. If you guys understand that, you know, semesters are 16 weeks, quarters are 9 weeks. That makes a huge difference. Furthermore, a friend of Tyler's who was a starter on the previous year's Auburn team found out via radio that he had been released from his scholarship. Went to Coach Tuberville's office to verify the validity of it, and it was indeed true. You know, this is just some of the awful things that were happening to these young adults during this era. And imagine having to redshirt a year in order to transfer after going through something like this. Nino, as you do so well, bro, talk to me.
So, yeah, that is scummy. And I'm with you with, you know, the quarters and semesters. That sucks because I went through that when I switched, you know, when I was in high school from my sophomore to junior year. And it was absolutely terrible because, you know, in quarters, you get that grace period. You get that one period to get to do nothing. So that was always nice. But as far as Tuberville goes, if to say that he's the only guy that did this back in that time.
No, he wasn't at all.
He wasn't. And it probably was never brought up about until someone just, you know, somehow that guy woke up one morning and probably saw Tuberville on TV as a senator. It was just like, yeah, he ruffled me the wrong way. I'm going to talk about him today. You know what I'm saying? Because nothing, 11 seasons, 10 seasons, I'm sorry, 8 straight winning seasons, including the 13-0 in 2004, led by Jason Campbell, Cadillac Williams, Ronnie Brown, Corny Taylor. Like, come on. He brought them.
Had Carlos Rogers on the back end that corner. That was a good thing.
Put them, you know, in the driver's seat. Jason Campbell wasn't this all-star, okay?
No.
He was driving the bus. And the guy that was, you know, commanding the bus, telling him which way to turn was Tuberville. Like I said, he had 8 straight winning seasons. He had one. The first one stunk. The last one stunk. But in the middle, they were dominant.
For sure.
So he even said he stunk. He was terrible. The guy said he was terrible that got cut. I was a terrible player, right? You know, the other guy, we don't know the whole story behind it. Right? We just know his side of the story. They said he was a 3-star, I believe, right? The guy wasn't cut. And he was, you know, he played substantial time football-wise. But, yo, the thing that gets me is as he went down the line here and started talking about how he had sour grapes about it, do you understand what he did to Tuberville? He bent him over. But do you understand who he missed out on those guys that he said not go? AJ McCarron and Mark Barron, bro. AJ McCarron would have went to Auburn. So much for the 3 BCS championships that went to Alabama. I'm not saying they won it because of AJ.
It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, Nino. Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, dog.
Right, and Barron was what, All-American, right?
Yes, he was.
30 total tackles. I think he had
was
like
a
dozen picks and a dozen pass breakups. So it's like, hey, all right, dude, you woke up on the wrong side of bed. Your wife didn't give you any. Sorry for you. You went after Tuberville, bro. Come on, bro. Nobody else in that program I heard ever had said anything bad about Tuberville. But you and your boy. All right, you and your boy just had a bad day, bro. You can suck that fart out of a straw. I'm sorry for you. It's bad news. But tell me what he did for that program. And I don't see anybody Ole Miss saying anything like that. I don't see anybody Tech saying anything like that about him. It's just this guy. Sorry, you guys, didn't went the wrong way, but it probably happened to hundreds and hundreds of kids across all of these big P5 schools. Hey, come on, buddy. It's old news. Walk away.
Yeah, I think where it really translated with me was really from a perspective of the player. Like, this is the reason why we have the portal. I know a lot of people hate modern day college football. They hate the transfer portal. They hate the NIL. They hate that players are being played. But there was, players from, years and years ago that really went through some hell. Coaches had a lot more control back in the day than they have now. So you're right. If he was as slimy, even though I thought what he did was 100% slimy, if he was as slimy as everybody says he was, why ain't more people talking? But maybe it will provoke more people to talk. So I would love to hear more about this story moving forward.
There's got to be other parts, okay?
Yeah, they got to be.
There's always 3 sides to the story.
For sure.
Your story, the other side of the story, and the true story. We'll never get the true story, right? We're just going to hit both sides of it. But where's the guy? This guy's got a podcast, right? Where's your boy that got cut? That was this 3-star, right? How come he ain't on a podcast talking?
Right.
It's all smoke.
You think so?
I think this has a little bit of smoke. I think it was just him that got cut. I don't know who was that. It was his boy that got cut.
He's respected in Alabama, bro. At the St. Paul Episcopal High School, he's respected there. He's at South Alabama now. So
right. And I think he did Alabama State or somewhere else as well. But it's just like,
I don't know. Think it's all smoke?
Not his side. I think he got cut, and because I think he got.
You think he just added the other player in kind of for leverage,
just
like
average,
more believability?
He had it because he didn't even really need it, but I think it just makes it a little more spicy because he was able to. And ultimately, he gave it back to Tubbo. He won in the end, right? He stiffed.
Oh yeah,
out of 5-star talent. So he ended up winning. I said, something happened where somewhere he saw him on a screen somewhere. I'm telling you, or just ruffled the feathers again. He was like, "I'm talking about this on my show. I got time. I'm on a platform. I'm gonna hear my voice today."
So I want to get into something that I saw. And I shared it with you guys immediately. I think I saw it like last Thursday or something. And that's why I can't wait till a full well-wearing season, because anybody who's been following the show for a while, and we thank you to all of the added subscribers. We're about to hit 13K. We're hitting that anytime soon. And don't forget that if we hit 15K before July 16th, which is the release of EA Sports College Football 25, we're giving away 2 copies. So don't forget about that. So I saw this. I sent this to one of our group chats immediately. ESPN did a tier ranking system. At first, and me and Nino talked about this in agreement. We were like, "Yo, is this like a court? Like who has the best like quarterback rooms? Is it something like that?" But no, this is a tier ranking for quarterbacks. I said it earlier. I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna look at you directly in the camera. Viewer discretion is advised. Tier 1: Jalen Milroe, Ty Simpson, Alabama's room. Carson Beck, Jaden Rashada, Gunnar Stockton, that's Georgia's room. Dylan Gabriel, Dante Moore, that's Oregon room, and then Arch Manning. That is tier 1. Nino, interrupt me at any time when you're ready to shoot. So I'm gonna go to tier 2. Or you want me to stop at each one?
Oh, you can stop right now. Let's stop.
Go ahead.
Let's stop.
Uh-oh.
Alabama. So I set it up in colors, okay? And you had the luxury of seeing the colors. People at home will be able to see the colors, but they'll be able to understand by the way I talk about the colors. Yellow was pause. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get to that when we get to that. Green light's good. Okay. I'm cool with the ranking. And red is GTFOH. Get the fuck out of here. Okay? We're starting this show off like bang, baby. We're getting the fuck out of here. Because there is no way in God's green goddamn earth that you could put Jalen Milroe, who everybody hated last year and wasn't a quarterback's quarterback, Ty Simpson. Well, Nick Saban doesn't play freshman 5-star. Well, Nick Saban didn't play you as a 5-star sophomore, and you can't get on the field as a 5-star junior, right? Or the guy who came over from Washington, who this ESPN guys didn't even want to put into the map, who was a 4-star in Austin Mack. Like, there's no way that is in tier 1. Whatever they are smoking, please, I will send you my address after this. Send it to my address. I want some of whatever you got, because that, my friends, is pure, unadulterated horseshit. No way. They don't even belong in tier 2. Never mind tier 1. You can continue.
Tier 2. We got Noah Fafita, Arizona, Shador Sanders, Colorado, Jalen Daniels, Kansas, Cam Ward, Miami, Cam Rising, Utah, Nino, go.
Pause, please. Okay. Okay. This is where I say you don't do any research. One quarterback in your room of what you have one quarterback for Colorado in a quarterback room breakdown. One puts you in tier 2. They don't put in the fact that they got Destin Wade, a Kentucky transfer, who's a 4-star. Okay, he doesn't matter because he's not Shador Sanders. And they also have anything to do with Walter Taylor III, who's a Vandy transfer. Get the fuck out of here, because there is no way in God's green that you belong in tier 2 at all. Okay, no Fafita. That's all they put for Arizona. Oh, we won't give any credit to the 4-star QB 24 in Braden Dahlman, who's the backup of it. Nah. He's not clickbait material, so we don't have to put him in the box. I have it on pause because I don't know if Noah Fafita is tier 2 for me, if that room is tier 2 right now, okay? Maybe back into tier 2, top into tier 3 for me. So I got him in the pause section, okay? Jalen Daniels, another quarterback room where they got one fucking guy.
Yeah.
Cole Ballard or the freshman Isaiah Marshall, they don't matter, apparently, right? But to the census, they matter because they got ranked. I don't understand where ESPN is on this. But a guy who is a sneeze away from being done for the year, and you're going to put that quarterback room in tier 2? Pause.
But he said a sneeze.
Drop them. Stop, drop, and fucking roll, because they do not belong in tier 2. Miami. I'm cool with the green, but they don't even mention Reese Puffenbanger, who came over. A transfer over. This dude put up numbers, bro. Not mentioned, because it doesn't fit their criteria on what they're trying to talk about, okay? Again, Utah. One quarterback room. Really? Oh, I guess Isaac Wilson. He don't fucking matter. The 4-star comes over for, Zach Wilson's brother. He don't matter. No, breaking records out in Draper, Utah. Not worth my time. Again, another quarterback that could literally sneeze while putting on his shoes and be done for the year. No way that those guys belong in a tier 2 class of quarterbacks. I'm sorry. Continue.
It's getting interesting. Tier 3, we got Seth Hennigan and Kay Cunningham from Memphis. We got Brady Cook and Drew Pine from Missouri. We got Will Howard, Devin Brown, and Julian Sain, Ohio State. And we have Jackson Dart and Walker Howard, Ole Miss. Go ahead, Dino.
Why do they do this shit? Give me their fucking job, please. Give it to anybody else but these people. I'm so angry. Drew Pine is on his, 4th team? 4th team. Yeah, he gets mentioned as the backup to Brady Cook, right? That nobody wanted. They were cooking this kid in week 3. His own stadium was booing him. This kid kept grinding, okay? Yes, I believe he's top tier caliber in the SEC, okay? Drew Pine, I'm just going to let that one go. The fact that Julian saying 5-star and Owen 4-star in a room with Will Howard, what's a 4-star coming in, is classified as a top 15 quarterback in this class, is in tier 3. And Shador Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes are in tier 2. Doesn't even make any sense to me. How? What are we measuring the quality of this on? I need to know, because it makes zero sense. And then, of course, Jackson Dart, Walker Howard, Oh, they forgot about Austin Simmons, the 4-star QB 19 in the 2023 class. Or the QB 23 and AJ Maddox, another 4-star. How are they in tier 3? This doesn't make any sense to me. They had a nice fatty that they got from Snoop Dogg or maybe Cheech and Chong, right? Got him. We're just going to put, ready? Spin the wheel, boys. That guy, tier 2. I'm on it. Put it on the board. Let's rock. It doesn't even make any sense. But then leading the tier is Seth Hennigan by himself. Cade Cunningham's there, but really, Cade Cunningham, Seth Hennigan. He's better than Jackson Dart in the Ole Miss room, right? He's better than Ohio State's room. Okay. Please move on to the next tier. I'm about to have
tier 4. We got Avery Johnson, Kansas State. We got Dylan Ray Oler and Heinrich Harburg. Nebraska, we got Jackson Arnold, Casey Thompson, OU, Nico Yomalava, and Gaston Moore, Tennessee, and Miller Moss and Jaden Mahava, USC.
Please stop. Please. Miller Moss and Jaden Mahava in the USC fraud coach Lincoln Riley. Okay. They're in the same box as Dylan Raiola and Nico and Jackson. How? It doesn't even make any sense. I give Jaden Maivia a little bit, but you're coming from UNLV, bro. Like, these guys are coming from top-tier programs. They're at top-tier programs. Jackson Arnold, they put Casey Thompson in the mix. I'm on my 17th year on my 17th school. We're not going to mention QB 20, Michael Hawkins Jr. And this is what I don't understand. Well, how did they rank these guys? But they'll mention Henrik Harburg, but they won't mention Daniel Keneal, the guy who had a 5-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio and was QB 47 in the class. Nah, I'm not going to mention him. Avery Johnson, we'll mention him by himself. We won't mention Jacob Kunith, Elite 11's QB 50. Like, what is going on here? Nico in Tennessee and Jake Mecklinger, who should have been on the list with them, another 4-star. Let's put them up. At least another tier and a half, okay? USC and Miller Moss, let's drop their ass down in the tier with Graham Mertz and DJ Lagway. And the only reason why they're in that is carried by DJ Lagway. But we'll get to that in a minute, okay? I'm cool with Avery Johnson. I gave Avery Johnson the green light. He's cool right there. Dylan Raiola, they need to be up a tier. Jackson Arnold, it was a green-yellow here because the room is, I think, taken down a little bit by Casey Thompson. I don't know how he helps that room at all. So maybe tier 4, maybe tier 5A. So you can keep going though.
So then it gets interesting. So they got a 5A and a 5B. Let's talk about tier 5A. We got Graham Mertz, DJ Lagway, Florida, Haynes King and Zach Pryon. That's Georgia Tech. Kyron Jones, a guy I like a lot, and Colin Sheely. That's Virginia Tech. And then Alan Bowman and Garrett Rangel. And that's Oklahoma State.
So Alan Bowman and Rangel belong in a better class than DJU, Grayson McCall, Kyle McCord, Riley. They do you think that they belong in the A class, or did somebody mess up here and it should have been reversed? It doesn't even make sense. Like Riley Leonard, I had them on like, get the fuck out of here, because Riley Leonard is probably talking about top 5 quarterback in the class. Okay, they got 2 4-stars that are like rabid dogs on chains, waiting to get some snaps. And Kenny Minchie and CJ, they're foaming at the freaking mouth. But they don't. The consensus people, it's ESPN. They don't give a shit about those guys. Right? They put DJU and Brock Glenn. Why? Because Brock Glenn was the guy that was there last year when everybody went to shit. He was the guy that was left. But the dude that's probably going to win QB2 role is Promanek. He's Romanhook. He's going to be the guy, 4-star QB. Come on. He was QB5. Like, how do you not even put him in this group? Now, in the A group, Drones, he belongs there. Colin Sheedy is on. He might be on team 4. I don't have no. I can't. The value chart is so skewed here. I don't understand it. Everybody wanted to put Haynes King out to dry last year. Has one great season, and now the QB room is now lifted up. But McCord, go to the next one, please. This is I don't understand. I just really don't get where they're getting it from. Because at first I'm like, okay, they must be going by evaluation of the 5-star, 4-star status, right? And what the veterans have done in the game. I honestly think they're just throwing freaking dots here because this doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't, and people will see how it's really not making sense. Foreshadowing a little bit here as we get later into this list. So we got DJU, Brock Glenn. That's 5B. No, we haven't talked about 5B yet, have we?
Grayson McCall, NC
State. Okay. Well, yeah,
but they didn't even write. So like Grayson McCall, NC State, I had that as a green, but they don't mention CJ Bailey. Like
at all.
This is the stuff I'm talking about. It's like another 4-star, prospect. He's in the top 30 QB in the class. Like, how do you not mention these guys?
Yeah, and then you already talked about Riley Leonard and Steve Angeli, Notre Dame, and then Kyle McCord and Carlos Del Rio Wilson from Syracuse. How you feeling about them being in Tier 5B?
I got them as a pause. I think they should be a little bit high. I feel like I would take the Syracuse QB room over the USC room. I don't believe Mill Moss. Like, Mill Moss had one game, and everybody's riding the freaking happy train on him off one game. Right. Like, if Malachi Nelson was there, Miller Moss would be still backup QB. And that's how I feel about it. I don't know. I don't know how a one game all of a sudden spins the QB room all around. It's insane to me. But he had a guy who went for 3,000 yards at a pristine school that was ranked all goddamn year and had a good QB touchdown to interception rate in McCord. You put him at the bottom end of the Tier 5. Like, huh?
It's all about narratives, man. And I wish you had that graphic when we talk about the guy that, and you know what graphic I'm talking about, that you sent inside of the message that was just inside of the Twitter DM that was just so perfect. But let's talk about Tier 6. We got Rocco Beck, JJ Cole from Iowa State, Preston Stone, SMU. That's a guy I like a lot. Josh Hoover, Ken Seals, Hoss Hingy, that's TCU, and then Garrett Green, Nico, how you say, Marcio from West Virginia?
Marcio, yeah.
Yeah, Marcio. So how you feeling about Tier 6?
So, like, I think I had the whole thing as pause because I think every group in this room, in this tier, should be dispersed higher up separately. Like, I think that Preston Stone, they forgot to add Kevin Jennings in there, who carried them while Stone was out and looked like a baby Kyron Drones, right? Like, kid's mobile, can make the big throws. Hoover, Seals, and Hoss Haney, they belong in the next tier up. I think I would take that room over the NC State room, to be totally honest with you. And that might be a hot take, but I think maybe even the room behind me and Garrett Green and Nico. Like, Garrett Green is a highlight machine. Garrett Green is a grinder that only knows how to win. People keep talking about Shaheem White, but they forgot about Garrett Green is the guy who had all the most rushing touchdowns on the team. Like, he is that there should no reason why he should be in 6 at all. I am a fan of JJ Cole. I know a lot of people like Beck, but I think that's a talented room that just happens to be in a shitty situation right now. But those quarterbacks, I think they got talent. I think JJ Cole is a dog. He hasn't got time yet, so maybe that's why they got him ranked in 6. But I think that whole tier should be dispersed higher, in my opinion. This next tier, this is pure laziness. Absolute pure freaking laziness.
Parental discretion is advised. Tier 7, Cade Klubnik, Christopher Vizina, Clemson, Malik Murphy, Grayson Loftus, and Henry Beelan Duke, Drew Aller, Penn State, Carter Wegman, and Jalen Henderson, Texas A&M. And Nino, I'm stopping here because this is just madness. We're going to also talk about Garrett Nussmeier and Tier 8. Nino, not much of a fan of these tier rankings, but you can go ahead and rip this last one apart.
Well, Penn State to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Tier 7 is give them 3 more tiers higher. Like, get the fuck out of here with
At
this
least.
shit. At least. And then Wegman is a top 5 in his class. Nussmeier in the 8th. Like, dude. Oh, my. What is... the only one I have okay with this is Duke, right? And maybe I gave them the green. Maybe they could have been in 6. But I don't know if Malik Murphy is everything that we first thought he was in the spring game for Texas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I like Grayson Loftus, and I like Henry Bell in the 4th, but he's been hurt too many times, and we've seen a little bit of what they are. I don't know if they're as good as advertised coming in. You know what I mean? So I don't know if that room needs to change, but like Clemson, Penn State, Texas A&M being in Tier 7, and yeah, no disrespect to anybody, but like we're having, Georgia Tech, right? Oklahoma State, USC. Come on, bro. Missouri, like I like Brady Cook, but Drew Pine is ass cheeks, people. Clapping, blah 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 blah. Terrible, Doodoo Brown, bro. Like, come on. I can't. I really can't.
Hey man, that is fire. So we'll switch gears a little bit. We're gonna talk about this ESPN FPI top 25, and we're gonna break it down into 3 sections. We're gonna talk about first 1 through 9, and then we'll continue to go. So 1 through 9, we kind of have a good gauge. If anybody's been following the show for a while, we have a good gauge of where you're at with your rankings. I kind of have a sound understanding of the teams that you believe are going to be solid teams this year. I think we may differ on our dark horses this year, but for the most part, I think we have a sound understanding. And number 1, UGA. Number 2, Oregon. Number 3, Texas. Number 4, Ohio State. I believe these are your 4 in exact order, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, yes, yep. At 5, Alabama. At 6, Penn State. At 7, Notre Dame. At 8, Oklahoma. They smoke a good Buddha. At number 9, Tennessee.
Oh my God, dude! Like, I don't. So I did the same thing here. Okay. The same exact thing. All right. I did green, I did yellow, and I did red. And I felt when I started reading it. But all right. So the first 4 are green because that's my rankings. Alabama.
Yeah.
I got them at pause. I can understand people because they like handling the ball. I don't have them in the top 5. I barely cracking the top 10 for me. We talked about this already. At 6,
I think that's fair.
Penn State is a get the fuck out of here. At 6,
I agree with that.
They might not even have a head coach by week 4. You know, the discussion the other day. You start cracking. If they don't blow these teams out early, I'm talking about blowouts, like 30-point victories. My man's on a hot seat, on a skillet, and it ain't gonna be funny. 7, Notre Dame. I got him as a pause. Why? Somebody tell me why, and then we can have a conversation. Crickets. At 8, Oklahoma. Pause. Nah, bro. Like, you gotta prove to me something. You're going into a new conference with a young QB. The last we saw, yes, he was Gatorade Player of the Year and a 5-star. He threw 3 picks in a big game. I gotta see. We saw the spring game. I could have looked good in the spring game. You could have looked good.
Right.
I don't want
sure.
I don't want Oklahoma in the top 10 until they prove to me that they belong in this new conference. Okay?
I don't want them in the top 15.
Thank you. Tennessee at 9. I got the green light. I'm with that. Mm-hmm. I think that's actually my rankings at 9 in my rankings that we did 2 weeks ago.
In your original rankings a couple of weeks ago, yes.
I believe
when I saw the top 4, I'm like, Nino's gonna be very happy with this.
Now let's hit the 10 to 17.
Okay, 10 to 17. We got Luther Burden and Missouri. At 11, we got Florida State. I believe in your ranking, you had them a little bit further down. At number 12, we got Michigan. 13, LSU. 14, Texas A&M. My bad for laughing. 15, Clemson. 16, Ole Miss. F-O-H.
Bro.
17, Kansas. Go ahead, bro.
So we're going to go and get the fuck out of here. Well, Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Them and Alabama can switch because that's how I have them switched in my rankings. Ole Miss is 5. Alabama is somewhere in the 10 to 17.
Plugging. They are plugging with Ole Miss.
I'm sorry, kids. How the fuck are you going to say that Clemson has a tier 7 fucking QB room, but they're ranked fucking 15th in the country?
Make it make sense.
It doesn't make sense. You're trying to put the square peg in the round hole. Come on, bro. You can watch movies over and over. The ending doesn't change. What is going on here? Texas A&M at 14. I love Connor Wegman. They got to prove something to me, homie. They got to prove something. I can see them in 18 to 25. I'm cool with it. You got to prove something that you belong. And none of this Utah beating Florida shit. Either. I mean, Florida being Utah shit. Right. None of that. You got to be something substantial.
Not ranked to 12. Only
I had Michigan at 10 in my rankings, right? So at 12, I gave him pause only because it's a little bit. I think a lot of people are underrating this team. I think they
don't understand, bro.
They gotta run all over people. Okay,
and
I have Missouri in my top 10, not at 10, right? So like I think I had Oklahoma I think I had Notre Dame and Missouri switch. I want to say I had the Miz at 7 and Notre Dame outside.
You did.
Right outside the 10. So, yeah. Kansas at 17. I'm cool with it.
Are you?
Not really. No, because I don't trust Jalen Daniels, dude. Like, I believe they belong in the next tier. In the next tier, I might walk off the fucking screen.
Oh, man. That's going to get real. I can't wait for the next tier. But Kansas being at 17, we love Lance Leopold. Nothing against him. Love Devin Neal. Love Jalen Daniels. But Bean is gone, bro.
No backup plan, right? Where's the backup plan? And I said on
crazy work
chasing a natty this morning. Okay,
mm-hmm.
I said, because we're talking about someone's in a hot take that Jaden Daniels will be a top 10 quarterback in college football, and I was like, that's real spicy hot to me, because again, another guy, like I said, one blindside hit away, could probably be out for the year. But is he really that good? Or is the system at Kansas good? Because Jason Bean was a nobody, and in back-to-back years did just as good production-wise as Jalen Daniels. Jason Bean got his ass drafted to the NFL, people. I'm gonna leave you with that one. You go on to the next year, though.
That's a heck of a team. 18 through 25. We got Nino's favorite team, USC, at 18, and 19 at 20. We got Florida.
How? Go ahead. We'll get there. Go, please.
21, we got Louisville. At 22, we got Kansas State. I think they're a little lower than they should be. At 23, we got Miami. 24, Arizona. 25, SMU. Note, Nino, there was no Iowa, no Utah, no Oklahoma State, nor NC State in the top 25. You can talk about other teams that were omitted as well. Go ahead.
Okay. You can't go out and put out a nice, shiny freaking graphic. So in this category, I had to come up with a different color. So I came up with purple. Was the fuck? Because you can't say that they have a top 3 or the top worst, toughest, whatever you want to call it, schedule in college football.
I think it's the worst schedule we've seen in the last 5 to 7 years, bro.
Their over-under is 4.5 wins, and you got him at 20.
Make it make sense.
Again, trying to put the square peg in the round hole. It's not working. It doesn't make any sense to me. I think Louisville is on a pause here. I think they should be ranked a little bit higher. I think the body of work they put in last year and what they brought in for people this year to keep that body work and that train moving, I think they kind of belong. Maybe 18, but I think they had a chance to be in that other range. Kansas State and Kansas, I had switched to my original rankings. Okay. Kansas State was at, I think, 16 or 17 in my original rankings, and I had Kansas in the bottom half of the top 25. Auburn. How is Auburn ranked 19? This is what I don't understand. So somebody comes out of the ESPN and says, and I saw it, or on 3, that Hugh Freeze is cooking, and we've been saying that he has been cooking.
Yeah,
fast, and people are bringing it, right? But you got to put the product together, right? Because what we saw last year, Payton didn't even throw for 2,000 yards, bro.
I think they're a couple years early, and I think once they get the quarterback situation resolved, I think we'll start to see the profit from that.
I think maybe by maybe week 6 or 7, if they can stack. See what happened is, when 19 is them predicting that they're going to start the season off 3-4-0. That's what they're doing. They're predicting that already. That's what they're predicting, right? I want to see that before you rank them, because of last year's body of work plus what they've brought in. That's what the ranking is supposed to be. That's not right. That is not right. They should be 19. I'm sorry, Jake Crane. I love you, buddy. But they should not be 19. All right? I don't think they should even be in the top 25. Iowa should definitely be in the top 25. Utah should be in the top 25. North Carolina State should be in the top 25. Oklahoma State should be in the top 25. Yes, I agree. USC, get the fuck out of here. No. You don't belong in this world, boys. You don't know where you are lost. It's not Kansas anymore. This is not California anymore, Toto. All right, Mr. Lincoln Riley, you don't belong in this realm. You need to earn this shit. No more, piggybacking off other people's success. Miami.
He's still trying to avoid that LSU game week 1. He's been avoiding that game for so long. He wants no problems with the SEC, bro.
He's trying to scoop this year. He's trying to scoop to the shortest path of resistance, baby. Whatever I can take off my plate, take it off my plate. I just want to get the easiest W's, and I have another plan for the next season. We won't talk about that yet. Kansas State, I got that. They're good. Miami at 23, green light, I'm good. Arizona at 24, I had them in my original rankings at 24, so I'm cool. But SMU, I don't think they belong in the top 25. I think just any one of the 4 teams you mentioned should take their spot as well. Florida should be out. Auburn should be out. USC should be out. So those 4 teams should replace them. And then Liberty should have got some damn fucking consideration. Top 25 team that are returning like 60% of their production. What a kid that's probably going to be a top 15 quarterback in college football. How would they not?
With the coach during the coach's carousel, Jamie Chadwell will be one of the guys that we hear at the end of the season that will be getting a nice Power 4 as we call it now job. Yeah, guaranteed.
But this is easily. We need a little bit of clicks. It's downtime. Ain't much popping off right now, right? It's all recruits coming in. Let's get some clickbait. I bet you they got 10K.
Easily
on the tweet right off the first 3 hours. So they were happy as pigs and shit. They don't care about the negative feedback because, like we all say, just like Chopin, negative, publicity or positive publicity, it's all publicity. It don't matter.
They talking about you either way.
That's it. We got them on the screen. Look, ESPN logo on the screen because they're idiots, but it is what it is.
Hey, I know some good guys. ESPN. If you need some people to really come make quality content.
Phone call away, my man. Phone call away. I could bring some people. I can bring some seasoned people. We can make a party out of it. Make it a weekend, sleepover, whatever you want.
And then let everybody know. We don't do this often enough. Let everybody know, one, where they can find your content and some of the things that you work on behind the scenes that a lot of people probably aren't privy to at all.
So CFB Nation's home, man. This is what we do. You know what I mean? CFB Prime, David Darling's Overreaction. And obviously everybody's got their shows. I will be incorporating Boston College into CFB Prime this year, like I said with Dino. We were talking with David Darlings. I'm going to do 2 episodes a week. One will be talking about college football and the masses, what's going on. One will be geared up to, we're talking BC all year. We're kicking the door down in there. I'm coming for throats, necks, and everybody's, titles at BC. I want that top crown, and I'm coming this year. So we'll be focusing and narrowing it down. But, you can catch me at CFB Nation. You catch me at the League Winners, where I do a little bit of, graphics and video work for them. And then Debbie Degens over at Dynasty Degens with my buddy Nerd Boy Mike.
If you have a platform and you guys are making videos and stuff like this, and you want professional looking set designs, you need somebody that can help you organize your scripts, your docs. You need somebody that can really just take your brand to the next level. Please reach out to this man on Twitter. I promise you. You talk the right money, he may help you out. That's all I got to say about that, man. As I always like to say, there are no more victories in a sport that survive in advance. That's why college football has the greatest regular season. And until next time, y'all already know what it is. One's up. Yes, sir. Today I am the governor of college football. Yes, sir. The mayor of college football, a.k.a. downtown Nino.